This is about a big thing on the horizon, a really big thing on the horizon. And it's a Western story. So many Western stories start with barbed wire and wind, because the West, tumbleweeds, the West is windy. So this story starts like so many do. And then when you've got barbed wire, you've got a fence. And when you've got a fence, you've got a neighbor. And so these Western stories along fences are often about the bad blood that will grow up between neighbors. I wouldn't call it bad blood, but bad faith that will grow up between neighbors. The wind blows so much here. It's in so many Western stories. It's such a constant presence here in this dry, dusty, powerful place we live. And this place, the energy here in this place has been remarked upon by such personages as Black Elk, whose prophecies were actually prophesied right from the top of Pikes Peak. Not some hill in North Dakota, South Dakota. No, the translator came from there. And so he put Black Elk there, but no, Black Elk was right out there on top of our beautiful pyramid here, Pikes Peak, which draws so much energy in here. So Black Elk prophesied that peace would break out at the base of Pikes Peak. Many traditions believe that. The Mayans, many traditions believe that this powerful place that brought such beings as Tesla here to experiment with the energy drawn here because he knew how strong these currents are. So strong they came out of the earth in Tesla's time during his experiments so that he had to wear 3-inch rubber beneath his shoes just to walk around. Butterflies glowed. Many things happened in Tesla's time. And that same energy is still here. This isn't a good place to have secrets in the earth. There's just too much energy. They're going to come out. So in this beautiful place where we stand now, there was a fence topped with barbed wire that we felt didn't give off the vibe of art and yoga and storytelling and love and community. And we shared that fence with our neighbor. And we were told we could not remove that fence because there were secrets in the soil that would not be safe were they to be disturbed. It's okay if you don't disturb them, but if you disturb those secrets, then that could be a problem. So we now understood that we had a situation, but it's okay as long as you don't disturb it. And then one day, I was just down the road in America the Beautiful Park. And the story has such great symbols. America the Beautiful Park is where I was, just down the street, right before teaching my yoga class here, when I saw this plume, this tornado of disturbed dirt, or smoke or fire. I didn't know what. I ran back thinking the building might be on fire, and it turned out to be not on fire, but the dirt was being disturbed and making a dust devil, which engulfed me like a dust devil will. There are so many stories about dust devils coming down to earth and just changing the course of one's whole path. You know, these dust demons, these gods that come down. Quetzalcoatl, the plumed serpent, is one that just comes down in a swirl. And you'd think that kind of thing couldn't happen more than once. But yes, it did. it happened again, and not too long ago, that dirt was disturbed again. And once again, it turned into, this time more like Zeus, who sometimes came to earth as a cloud of dust. It was one of his favored ways, actually, of impregnating goddesses and nymphs. And this time, there was a swirl, just like Zeus, just a swirl of all this dirt that had been disturbed rather violently. And I felt like I was impregnated with this knowledge. Like, know what's you're breathing, know what's coming in, know what's around you. Pay attention to this place on the earth and what's happening here. So, I teach yoga here, and I've been practicing a lot of very powerful poses for strength, because I feel that the earth doesn't speak to you like that unless there's something it really needs for you to know. And I have looked into it with everything that I possibly can, and have determined that there was reason to be concerned with disturbing the dirt. And great news, because of our neighborhood dispute, we've being brought urgently to the attention of our neighbor. We have just today, just hours ago, resolved that we should work to keep this dirt undisturbed. And should it be disturbed, there should be some method of preventing it from coming on to places where many beings should just get to know, just have the right to know what they might be walking through. So we are assuring you that this space where you come is very safe, and here it's very clean. We've cleaned it. We've cleaned our parking lot even. We've tested and know that in this building you're very safe. But we do request that you take your shoes off, because we have not determined yet that it is perfectly safe to encounter any disturbed dirt. So it's a mythic tale, and I have no idea what part I'm really supposed to play in this. So, I would like you to all take your palms and just bring them together slowly. Just bring your palms together and bring them so that you place them right at your heart center. So this is your energetic heart. It's right in the center. Just bring your hands there. And so I think what we can do, all of us who can feel this energy of this place, we can draw it right up through our feet into our hearts. I think if we could all have an intention, a powerful intention, that this place be where peace, in fact, does begin, right here at the base of Pikes Peak. That's what Blackout prophesied. But that the peace comes with no secrets in the dirt. That we put our intention to that. I think it would be very powerful in helping to heal. So Yeah, and if you're listening on the radio, unless you're driving a car, you too could put your hands at your heart. And so this is America's pyramid. We are at the base of America's great pyramid. And we need to know what's in the dirt. We do. I'm just going to say we really do. Now, I do know. I've tested it myself. I haven't taken the word of other beings. All my teachers tell me that. They always say, well, just try it for yourself. So let's just take our hands now and just shake them out. Shake them out. Now turn them up and shake them the other way. Listen to that sound. Now take your hands and just rub them together. And listen to that sound. Yeah, little sound of the energy that we share. So if our strong intention is that the healing begins here, that this part of the planet heals, that we heal, then I think that's what I can do. I think that's my part of this story. So it's just a story that's we're all, I think, right in the center of. So thank you that's what I have to say about this story right now. Okay, I guess it's question and answer time now for this particular story. I can tell you what's in the dirt on what was in the dirt because we've covered it up and we have put fencing around it and we have cleaned our parking lot and we have done lots of testing. And yes, I can tell you what's on our side of the fence. And if you're interested, I'd be happy to share that information with you. And that's that question.
You can tell us now.
Am I going to tell you right this minute?
Yeah.
I've written some haiku about it on Facebook. So I'm going to send you there for now. And next question. Okay, well, it's all perfectly clear. Yes? Excuse me?
How did you cover it?
Cover the...
You said you covered the dirt.
Yes. We have right now used bark. We have used big, thick layers of bark, and we have fenced off various areas, and we have had a 17-hour cleaning of the exterior around here and had everything in it taken off and taken to appropriate places for it to be. And then we had a recent, really windy day. The wind came back. Does anybody remember that? Yes. And so we had a reoccurrence of all kinds of disturbances of the dirt. And so it's an ongoing story. And it's been interesting to have a spring awakening festival, which involved wild, riotous dancing and yoga and an art opening and contaminated waste removal and appropriate levels of comfort with how we are protecting the community. and different levels of communication with our neighbor. Miscommunication, I might almost call it. Next. Yes.
Have you had a chance to talk to Park and Rec about what's happening over at America the Beautiful Park? If we've got it blowing this way, what's happening there?
I wondered the same thing. And so I did test the playground. I'd be happy to talk to you about what
Yeah.
I found there. I did wonder the very same thing. Any other questions? Okay, thank you. I think my time is so up.
Well, you know, the idea of the Western tradition, there's one part of the Western tradition that Kat did not talk about, and that was the cowboy hero. And we're looking at her. What she doesn't say is that she has been fighting for us about this. And I just want to collectively say thank you.